Hello, everybody. We are on day 4. Welcome to Build a Capsule Wardrobe. I cannot believe we have made it this far. If any of you guys are watching today for the first time, I just want to welcome you and thanks for being here. We have completed our capsule wardrobes. We picked 12 hero pieces this week, and yesterday we completed, I don't know, about a dozen outfits. We made some quick outfits using my power of 3 strategy for layering color 3 times to create a cohesive ensemble. So I encourage you to go back and watch if you haven't had a chance yet. There's replays all week, both in our group, in the guide section, and also in my on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. If you are getting the emails, if you're not, just check in with my assistant Stacy, and she'll make sure that you get the links to those. So today we are super excited to welcome a most precious guest onto the show and conduct a little Q&A. So I'd love for you guys to have any of your questions ready for us and for Rebecca about her journey inside the Style App group program this past year. It's just been so exciting seeing her transformation, and we're going to talk to her about that a little bit. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about what it means to continue on in this amazing style, inclusive, and inspiring community of ours. So with that, I'm going to bring Rebecca on. I'm just going to get her out of the green room. Let's see, is she here with us? Okay, guest in the green room. Guest is in the green room. Oh, here, we're going to add her. We're going to add her to the right. Let's put her on the right. Okay. All right, there she is. Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am so good. This is so fun to be with you guys and to have Rebecca here with us. So I am going to have you just real quickly introduce yourself and just let us know a little bit about you. I know you just got back from vacation, so very excited to welcome you back and have you
Yes.
here.
Thank you. Yeah. So, hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Gummerson. I have a crazy busy life. I am a vice president of marketing for a global organization. I am a single mom of 3 kids. I have twins in 5th grade and a 3rd grader. So, besides work and kids, I'm all over with my kids' sports. I have a dating life. I have friends. So I try to cram a lot into my life, it feels. Um, I have been working from home for 2 years and actually go back into the office in a couple weeks. So that's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about me.
Yes,
Anything else?
back to an office. So yeah, you
Yes.
have brought up a lot of points that are challenges for many of the people watching here, and many of my clients who have been sort of surfing a hybrid work situation, or flat out just still were working from home until now. So I think it's happening all over the place, and it's why I see such a renewed need for finding your style and showing up with confidence every day, right? It's kind of like 2 years of, oh my gosh, who knows? I remember you telling me last year, even when we first met, that you were wearing probably only 10% of your wardrobe 90% of the time, right?
Right. That is
So,
true.
yeah. So I did want to ask you if you could just kind of share with us. Um, I mentioned before you came on that you've been part of our style membership community for almost a year now. And what were things like for you before we met? What kind of led you to reaching out to me for help?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would, in a nutshell, say I had a fashion identity crisis. I did not. I had a big wardrobe, but not a wardrobe of things that I wore and or things that I probably needed. I was really heavy in like office work clothes and workout clothes. So when it came time to actually go out and do something fun, I had no idea what to wear. And when it came time to, you know, want to look cute to go do something with the kids. I had no idea what to wear either. So I definitely had both not the right mix of clothes, but also not, I didn't have the know-how on how to pull the different items together. And
Right.
so one of the things that draw me to seek Suze's help was the fact that I knew I was struggling with what to wear every single day and
Mm.
wasting time and like trying stuff on and feeling like things didn't look right, or I wasn't happy with feeling like it was cohesive. And the first thing I think Susan and I did was, well, I did a couple of her workshops before that, but then she came to my house and we sorted through my closet. And that could not have been more eye opening on so many levels. We ditched a lot of stuff that was like,
Mhm.
Susan would say, "Why do you still have this? This was out of style 20 years ago." I'm like, "Well, it
There was
still
some
fits."
old stuff in there, yeah.
I had a hard time getting rid of things.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. And I think the other thing that don't anymore. And I think the other thing that changed my life, both from like fashion and I think just like life in general, was having Suze reorganize my closet based on color and organizing my clothes by color. To whereas I had them by, okay, here are all my blazers, here are all my going out shirts, here are all my t-shirts, because what I found is that I was stuck in these little boxes of what I was going to be doing that day. And so I was only wearing that part of my wardrobe that defined what was in that box. So since doing that, I've gotten far more mileage out of the pieces in my
Mm.
closet.
Right.
Sue's helped me put together outfits that I had in my closet, and then we identified a list of the key pieces that I don't have. So I think a lot of that is probably what you're going through in your workshops here, is identifying the key pieces that you need. And so we actually have done 2 shopping trips
Mhm.
over the last year, one for like summer and then one for fall and winter, and
Mhm.
had a blast.
Yeah.
So much fun. Probably the best part was that Suze would pick out things that I wouldn't have been drawn to, but then I put them on and was shocked by how much I liked what I was wearing and how it looked, and like, gosh, I never would have put those 2 things together. So just having another set of eyes and that expertise was phenomenal. And I've also gotten a lot of value and maybe slightly taken advantage of Suze, and that I will like send her a text message for me, like, what does this look like? Are these pants too long? What do you think of this? And some of those little things just help boosted my confidence in how I was feeling, and also my confidence in actually going out shopping on my own.
Mhm.
So I think there were a couple times where I went out shopping on my own and I sent you a picture of like
Mhm.
things that I bought, and just feeling proud of myself and more confident in my ability to create outfits that made me feel good.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's so many good things. I want to cry. There's so many wonderful things that have resulted in you really showing up and doing the work. I mean, having me as your guide in showing you the ways and the strategies. But we really have tackled so many aspects of how it takes time
Mhm.
to build the right wardrobe for yourself that's your style. And you mentioned, in the beginning that there were these old things that you had held on to, even like from stores that don't exist anymore, I think. Which,
Yeah,
you know
you're
what? I
right.
mean, no, and I always say, like, I have, an approach that is always using what you have, but also
Mhm.
identifying what no longer serving you. And it's kind of taking up real estate both metaphorically and physically, right? Like
Yes.
you go into your closet and you see that stuff and you feel like, okay, I have a commitment to do something with this stuff. I either have to wear it or I have to, figure out to get rid of it. And you did have trouble and holding on to things. It's extremely common um, with women in our culture. We're just encouraged to have stuff. There's a materialism kind of looming, and it is hard to let go, especially if you're like, well, I invested in that, and or there's a lot of shoulds. Like I really should. I'm
Mhm.
supposed to wear this because it's new. It still has price tags, but yet I don't know. And so that's where like this cycle of feeling, a lack of, you know, joy, if you will, because there's things in there you're not wearing. So it just kind of is a sort of negative spiral, if you will. But um, So yeah, we have had such fun getting to see your transformation too, and that you been sharing in the group throughout the year. And I think the thing that is so inspiring about your story too is, being a single mom with three beautiful children who are very active, including twin mom. Cheers to twin moms.
Yes.
I love watching your kids in the baseball field and all that stuff. But finding the time to implement our work together, I think that would be a question I would love for you to ask for people who are watching. I think maybe really interested in and moving on to the next step and continuing this process of this capsule. Like, okay, got the capsule, now what? But I'm not sure I have time. I don't know if I'm too busy. I mean, how would you address, like, how did you fit it into your
Yeah.
schedule?
So I think the commitment of time was more in the upfront, right? It was cleaning
Mm.
out the closet, it was figuring out where I was lacking. I gained time back by not
Mm.
wasting time in the mornings, hemming
Yeah.
and hawing about what should I wear? Does this look right? We had put together
Mhm.
like a little uh, photo album of outfits. So I had things to go back
Mhm.
to.
Mhm.
And I've continued to do that on my own. As I've tried things, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. I'll take a picture and I put it in my album. So I've
Yeah.
saved time in that regard. But again, the commitment to time was more upfront. And
Right.
I now recognize that I need to maintain my closet
Mhm.
and my clothes. So I'm actually at a point where I know I need to go through my closet again, just
Mhm.
with the change of season, and kind of do what we did the first time. And I have a bit more confidence that I can do that on my own. Maybe I'm sure I will still text you a couple things like I normally do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Mhm.
for the most part, it was really upfront. And like I said, because of all the work we've done together, I've gotten more confident in putting outfits together. So I've
Right.
gained a lot of time back. I feel like more so than losing time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, you pretty much just took a page out of my out of my speech when I talk about, I'm going to help you find those, like I call it, kind of pockets of time.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, initially you're going to invest that time in taking some steps, but that's going to pay off, and pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah.
Even standing in front of your closet and it's organized, or you don't have a bunch of shoes that you're not wearing that you have to kind of sift through, that takes time.
Mhm.
So I love that you could recognize that, and again, have that be part of your confidence building.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
other piece too is that you mentioned I did hang on to things. I've gotten better at that as well. So, for example, even things like shoes or things as they get worn, I feel like in the past I would just hang on to them, and now I'm at the point where it's like these, like it's embarrassing. Like, why do I even have this? Just based on like they just look worn out, or they took a beating last summer. So I get rid of those and replace them. So I feel like I'm doing a better job at not just overstuffing things as well.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah, right? Yeah. It has been such a pleasure getting to, be that resource for you. Um, I think the other question that I'd love to know, and I know that people are also, thinking about, and I'm going to go over a little bit like the details of what's involved in the membership. But how would you say that your decision making, I guess, into do it, like, how did that come about for you? I mean, you really kind of have led us already to kind of understand where you were, but
Yeah.
um,
Um,
yeah.
I, I think it was after one of these workshops, the
Hmm.
one of the capsule wardrobe workshops. I think it was last spring, maybe even this time last year, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, I think
Um,
so.
and doing that, not only was it fun for me to do that, but I realized that I think Suze was asking the question about, you know, identifying your style. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what my style is.
Yeah,
And so that made it even more difficult to go shopping because, yeah, I like it. Would I wear it? I don't know. Why not? Was kind of the attitude I had.
hmm
And I knew like I was having this identity crisis. I was struggling with what to wear because I really felt like I had two extremes of clothing options.
hmm
Um, and I was wasting a lot of time and just frustrated with how I was showing up for my, the Zoom work calls or going out with friends. And I was almost like if I was going to go out, I'd have to go buy something
hmm
because I know what to wear, and it was easier to just buy something new than to figure it out.
Right,
So
right. Yeah. Oh, well, that is so helpful to just to see, where you were and what your thought process was, and then how you felt like, you made a decision, right?
yeah.
And that's really what, in the next few days, we're going to be finishing our wardrobes. There's people who are going to be watching on the weekend and working on there. And then tomorrow we have a fun bonus where we're going to be packing for your trip. So if you have another trip coming up, um, you're going to get to do that as well. But you already have the strategies. We've been doing this for like I mentioned, like last year when you signed up.
Yeah.
So that when after this weekend, there'll be a few more days next week where I have enrollment open for new group program members. I do have some limitations into how many I can take in. That's why right now I'm just talking about it to help everybody understand, what is what's it all about, right? What does it entail? And I think the thing that I see that is so helpful for this a community of women who are in the same boat. I think the thing is I've been doing this for 12 years now, and I've done live events that I started calling a salon because it was like sharing, kind of like the salons of Paris in the 1920s with the creatives, Hemingway and Gertrude Stein. She would have these, groups of artists and Picasso, and they would come to her house and they'd be like, okay, what are you doing now? So I kind of like the social media of the 1920s, right? And I saw how people would be like, oh my gosh, what did you just do to her? Like, I have something just like that at home and I don't know how to wear it, but now I figured it out. Or like, oh, she's actually wearing something that I like. I did these swaps, right? She's wearing my dress, and now I figured out why I was never right for me because like her body, she has different proportions, right? So like yesterday, I was sharing that I was wearing a dress that I had swapped with one of my girlfriends, and we're the same size, but she's just different proportions, and so it wasn't right on her; it was right on me. And so those kinds of things, like, wow, all these aha moments were like this kind of a community can support each other and learn from each other and have these big wins and celebrations together, and it just helps like grow. It helps an individual grow faster when you have someone behind you in this like-minded community. And so when the shutdown happened, I kind of had this program that I used with clients who would do a one-on-one package with me, and then they'd be kind of like, well, I still need a little help. Can I reach out to you, a couple times a month? I'm like, yeah, of course. And so I kind of just turned it into a group program because people were at home, but they still needed help. So the whole idea is to be able to do this online via Zoom. So we do a Zoom call once a month with our group, and we access a dashboard community where it's evergreen content that you can go into at any time. There are 7 modules, so you go through each module. And it might be that you're like, okay, I'm getting ready for a photo shoot. So, it's next week, I better get on this. Maybe you've been reaching out to me once a week, but also you want to go and do some deep dive and learning about your image brand and how to show up on brand. And so there's a whole module on that, right? So um, these are some of the things that are resources that allow you to have access to me at all times. Like if it's 1 in the morning, you can still go and watch a video that I put in there, or you can see one of my outfit layouts for photo shoots, for example, even with links, like links to buy. So that's part of the offering. And then I think one of the things that um, I love the most is, I know for me personally, it's like this passion of mine when I get a text from one of my members every week. You can reach out via text and email with like, okay, what do we think about these pants, Suze? Like you're really good about that, about utilizing it. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
know like you're an action taker. That's why you've got received so much um, go do it, right? And you're getting the most out of your membership, right? So
Oh
I always say, like, you got to pay to play, right? Like, if you
yeah.
invest, you're investing in yourself.
Right.
You see the value of investing in yourself, and that's the thing that I I appreciate it because I understand that too. Like I have a business coach, right? And I've just re-upped for another year with her because I've gotten so much growth from working with her. So I think that's the thing I love the best is like the little mini style. So you get basically 4 mini style sessions a week, and where that's where that constant being able to like reach out and have that support, like a almost like a bridge. I like to say like you're on one side of the chasm or the river or whatever. You're like, yeah, over there it's stylish over there, and I'm over here. I kind of like I was there once. I used to be over there, and I want to get back over there, but I need a bridge to get there, and that's Sue's, right? That's
Yeah.
the Style Lab program. It's like, ooh, get you over there.
100%.
I love analogies. They're always so helpful,
Yeah,
right?
it's perfect.
In
Though.
stories. I
It's
mean,
absolutely spot on. Hmm.
yeah. I mean, you're a living story, you know. Um, but it's such a pleasure having you in this community, and you share and you really inspire others. These great photos. Of course, you're amazing inside and out. But it is that circular feeling, isn't it? Like you feel better on the inside, so you do better on the outside, right? Like
For
you
sure.
get that it's that human feedback, if you will, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so um, I don't know. I am just excited for you to continue on with us because one of the other things that you can do inside the program is have access to Working 101 with me for like a month at a time. And that seems to be really digestible for the members because you're going to do another one soon. I think it
Yes.
works really good for you and probably I would say this is it's pretty common to do spring and fall because
Hmm.
that's really when, especially here in Chicago area. So Rebecca's lives kind of in a suburb of Chicago, where it's like okay, it's fall. I'm so sick of long winter. I want to order my spring and summer things more. Bloody cold, like it hailed this morning. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh, I
Great.
did, unfortunately.
Great, huh? Hail. Huh. So it's like, oh, geez, like, how am I going to
Mhm.
transition where I don't know day to day if there's a wild mood swing of the weather? Could be 30-degree mood swing.
Right.
So those are perfect times to evaluate and, kind of like reconnect with where your style is with your lifestyle, right?
Mhm.
So that's gonna be fun. We'll get to do that. And I don't know. I think I didn't see any other questions. Um, People said that we look. Oh, we've got our color on. Yes, I've got my pink on. I've been wearing pink pretty much all week. Like I didn't realize I love pink, but I don't normally wear so much pink, but I do. It's a good color for me because I did have. We have to do this with you actually. The color guru. Have we talked about that? That's gonna be our next thing with you. So
No.
yeah, it's fun. So we have access to this color system. Remember when
Mhm.
our grandmothers and our mothers were doing like our
Yes.
color? They did their colors, and some lady
Yeah,
would
but
come
with
over
like
with it
makeup, right?
was
Like
makeup and
Mary Haven or something. I feel
yeah,
like I've never seen
yeah,
it.
and you could do it with this is a card you get. I'm a calm summer. So see,
Mm,
like these are all my colors in this jacket. Huh. Anyway, so it's just great for shopping because then you can carry this card around for you. So I just got connected with this color carry system, so we'll do that for you. But well, I will let you go and get back to work because this is your lunch break,
sure
and
is.
thank you so much for spending so much time with us and just being so open. And if you are okay with it, I'll just tag you in the post so that I think you might be tagged. I can't remember.
I think
So that anybody wanted to just ask you a question or whatever, I know you're so giving. I'm sure you wouldn't mind
no, not at all.
chiming
Happy to
in.
answer questions.
And definitely put a picture of your vacation that you just took.
Oh, I will. Okay, I will do
I
that.
would love to see some of the cute outfits that we were putting together for you. So,
Okay.
all right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off and let us all get back to work. And any other questions that pop up, just put them in the comments. And then I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Make sure you set your, bell or whatever alert for Path with Purpose. We're going to go over my strategies for not just packing but preparing the outfits to have a joyful vacation with a light, streamlined, versatile travel wardrobe. So
Do not miss that.
it's fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
darling. Well, have a
All right.
great day, and we'll see you
You too.
soon.
Okay.
Bye,
Thanks.
you. Bye,
Bye.
honey. Bye.